Hey guys, this is the Lala Legacy and welcome back to another episode of SeaBed. So, let's jump right back in. By the way, what are you doing there? Mayuko asked as I was peeking down into my paper bag. Just making sure we haven't forgotten anything. So, have we? I went through the contents of the bag. No, I don't think so. I looked up at the nearby window, seeing the interior of the restaurant reflected in its glass. An old folk rock song, the same one I heard at the store earlier today, began playing on the radio. I'm hungry. I wonder how much longer it'll take. It's going to be here in a moment, don't worry. Thank you very much! Whew, that was great! I pushed open the family restaurant's door. The chicken tempura was pretty good after all. Yeah, the sauce and the seafood thing wasn't as strong as I expected, so I ended up eating the whole thing like a delicious soup. Leaving the foyer of the restaurant, we stepped out onto the streets. It's gotten even colder. You okay, Mayuko? I suppose I'm a bit cold too. Let's just hurry home. Yeah. I shoved my right hand into my pocket. Want to stick your hands in here too? I pointed at it with my left. That's a pretty embarrassing position. She made a troubled smile. All that means is that we gotta hurry. We continued down the road, our heels clicking against the stone pavement. A light suddenly lit up further into this shopping district. It began to spread towards us like a wave, lighting up the whole area and making me almost believe it was the middle of the day. Oh, that's right. They were saying they would light up the shopping district. Oh! Electronic lights were attached between the two opposing trees of the boulevard, resembling a golden roof above us. It's pretty. It certainly is. It might look even more amazing from above. I think you should be able to see them from the sanatorium. Really? Do you think Sanae and Kozue saw it? I'm sure they were watching. They'll be surprised to learn we were there. Yeah. Aww. It had grown quite warm inside the car as it steadily ascended the hill. I heard a voice and slowly opened my eyes. Are you listening? Yeah, I was just resting my eyes. I hope she likes the present. Yeah. I imagine you'll be quite busy tomorrow. I'll let you know once you can use the kitchen. Yeah. Are you listening? Yeah, I'll take the seaweed rice bowl. Excuse me? Why is it wrapped in seaweed? You're sleeping, aren't you? Yeah. Literally sounds like me when I'm sleeping and sleep talking. You can literally have a full-on conversation with me when I'm asleep. And I won't remember a thing when I wake up. Whoa! My knife slipped and instead of peeling potato, almost ended up slicing off my fingers. Give that to me. My potatoes got taken away, sorry. Mayuko pressed the kitchen knife against the potato, and using only her thumb, guided the blade to swiftly peel the skin off the thing. She picked up the peeled potato with the tip of her knife, and tossed it into the bowl. I think I got it. I picked up another potato, pressed the blade against it, and using only my thumb... Yes, just like that! Whoa! I almost severed my fingers. I placed the potato on the chopping board and sliced it into a rectangle. It became half its previous size, but at least my fingers were safe. You're wasting food. Geez, give me a break! It's not like we're short on potatoes or anything. You don't cook much, do you? No. You have made curry before, right? A few times, using a curry sauce mix. This is my first time cooking with spice powder, though. Your first time? Don't get your panties in a bunch, okay? I've written down the recipe. I checked the little paper hanging on one of the cookware hooks on the wall. Add salad oil and some butter, then warm the pot, and shredded onion to fill the entire pot. The oil vapor began to hurt my eyes as I squinted into the pot, stirring it with a rice scoop. I pulled the cord to turn the ventilator on. It's going to be quite a bit of work to prepare a serving of 4. Is there anything I can help with? I'm good. I think it'd be better if you took care of that instead. I pointed toward the inner yard. You may be right. I'm leaving this to you then. Ah, it's starting to smell nice! I heard Mayuko leave the kitchen. I checked the clock on the wall to the left. 3 minutes had passed since I started sautéing the onions. Aside from the clock, there were various cooking utensils, frying pans, and ladles hung on the wall. Bottles of salt and sugar rested on the shelf in front of me, as well as the can of cinnamon and bag of cardamom I bought yesterday. There was a window below the shelf, through which I could see a part of the inner yard. I stopped stirring in the same direction and tried flipping the onions over. A wisp of smoke, escaped from the bottom of the pot, making me cough. I hurriedly lowered the intensity of the flame. The onions at the bottom all looked pretty brown. Once the onions release water and settle on the bottom of the pot, I add water, curry powder, and seasonings and simmer. Mayuko returned to the kitchen by the time my dish turned into curry vegetable soup. It smells good! 'Cause I made everything myself, starting with the powder. It definitely smells more like the real deal compared to the store-bought sauce mix. As I scooped up a bit of it on my rice scoop, I saw it drip down like soup. I might have made it a bit too thin. Maybe it just needs more time to simmer. I made the flame a bit stronger. By the way, what are you doing here? It's going to be a surprise. Mayuko took a bowl from one of the shelves and added flour, salt, and some water to it. Udon? I'm not going to turn this into udon curry. It won't be udon. Oh, that's right! Remember how there was a couple with huge shopping bags walking ahead of us back in the shopping district? Was there? When I tried to get past them, I hit my head against the sign. Look! I remember now. I brushed aside the hair from my forehead to show Mayuko my lump. Looks like it's swollen up a little. That's why I keep saying it's rude to take the entire sidewalk for yourselves. You could have said excuse me and had them open some space. I'd probably hurt the guy's feelings if I made him look like a fool in front of his girlfriend. You're actually considerate when it comes to that. But I see bicyclers ring their bells all the time. I wonder if I should be carrying a bell too. You can take it off a bicycle, it's not that hard. That might be a good idea. But don't you think it would result in an even more embarrassing situation? Then what am I supposed to do? Maybe you don't need to get past them and just stay behind. I heard a bubbling sound and glanced at the pot. I licked a bit of the dish off the side of the ladle. It tastes burned. Mayuko stopped kneading the dough. Can I see? She took the ladle and had a taste of the curry. It's burned. What do I do? Mayuko scooped up a bit of each ingredient from the pot, testing their taste. Some of the ingredients still seem to be okay. Do you have any curry powder left? Almost none. That's too bad. I glanced at the clock. It was 3 p.m. Aw, she messed up. Oh, that's cute. After dusting off and carrying the table and chairs from the storeroom, we covered the table with 2 tablecloths. One was gray and had an intricate design at its edges, while the other was of a reddish color and sported a flower pattern. I was changing the lights when I heard Mayuko walking down the corridor. It looks better than I thought. What about the food? I managed to save it. Oh, I knew you could do it, Mayuko! Thank goodness. You owe me. Of course, just say the word and I'll do whatever you want as thanks. I'll try to think of something then. After finishing, I climbed down the stand, only to have Mayuko suddenly run her hand through my hair. You're all covered in dust. Are you planning to participate in the party looking like this? I'll go take a bath once I'm done with this. I showed her the garland made of colored paper. It certainly has a Christmassy feel. When did you have time to make it? Yesterday. When Mayuko took one of its ends in her hands, her face clouded over. It's because you stayed up late making things like that. Or things like this, that... Oh, please don't pour salt on my fresh wound. I could see a violet-tinted sky and some tree branches through the large bathroom window. I didn't turn on the lights, but it wasn't too much darker in the room than outside. Oh, hello, Kozue. I spotted Kozue washing her small body in front of one of the mirrors. You're quite extravagant taking baths at your age. What does that have to do with extravagance? I'm talking about taking your time to soak in the bath on the weekend, then cooling yourself off with a can of chilled beer before dinner. For the average person, that's the pinnacle of extravagance. You sound like an old man. At least let me be a woman. Whatever. Kozue poured another bowl of water on herself and moved to the tub. Did you decide on what to wear for the party? Were you actually serious about that? To an extent. I doubt the others will care too much about the dress code. Well, not like I mind. Then don't ask for nonsense like that to begin with. I don't get out much around here. I thought it'd be cool to dress up with everyone at least once a year. I see. I didn't expect for you to actually have a reason. You think I'm just messing around all the time, don't you? Not really. I glanced at the purple sky one more time and stood up. The water was splashing all around me. I'll get out first. Whoops, I'll get out first. Kozue made a brief nod. Okay, bye. I hurried through the chilly corridor. The mansion had warmed up a little during noon, but the warmth escaped as soon as the sun went down, leaving only this chill. Through the window, I spotted the full moon, shining faintly in the sky. I closed the door as soon as I entered the room. Whew, it's nice and warm in here. Welcome back. Mayuko turned to me. I almost froze to death in the corridor. The kerosene stove's flame gently flickered under the kettle placed on it. I see you've already changed. Does it look good on me? You look pretty handsome. It would look better if your collar wasn't crooked, though. Whoops! Mayuko pointed at her own neck. I fixed my collar right away. The tea is almost done. Oh, cool! I'll have some. I'll bring your dinner while you drink, said Mayuko as she left the room. I was left alone in the room with only a table, 4 chairs, each with different design, likely stemming from different periods, and a bunch of garlands around me. The first chair was of a deep wine red color with a red cushion and a high backrest. The second was embroidered with green velvet and looked almost like it came straight from England. The third one was a country-style chair made of oak. Finally, the last one looked like it was from the Victorian era, with cat-like legs and a delicately embroidered flower pattern on its fabric. As I sat down in the country-style chair, the one I found the blandest, Mayuko returned to the room. On the tray she placed in front of me rested a saucer and a cup of black tea. Don't spill it. I'll do my best. Following a brief knock, the door opened. Aw, she looks so pretty. Good evening. Welcome. Have a seat here. I stood up and pulled back the chair on the other side of the table. That dress looks really good on you. Really? I wasn't sure what people usually wore to parties, so I was worried I might have overdressed. Don't worry, it looks radical. Huh? Where did you even learn that word? Sanae was wearing a long purple skirt and a pink blouse with open sleeves that highlighted the curves of her body quite nicely. The pink scarf and ribbons also added to the overall allure of the design. I just thought chic clothes would look good on you, but a dress like this is even better. Thank you. Sanae sat down in her chair, visibly conscious of her open sleeves. Do you want a shawl? Sanae shook her head and held up a couple of the records she brought with her. This is what you asked for. I gave their labels a quick glance. Most of them were classical music. Something calm and smooth, or soothing, would be good right now. I spotted the folk song I'd heard in town yesterday. You even had this! Thanks! I took one of the records out of the case, placed it on the record player that used to be in Sanae's room, and let down the needle. After some brief noise, music started playing. Right then, the door opened, and in walked Mayuko holding a big pot. Good evening, Miss Sanae. Good evening. Do you need help? I'm good. She placed the pot in the middle of the table and let out a breath. What do you think about Sanae's dress, Mayuko? Mayuko looked Sanae over from head to toe. Didn't know you had such a good figure, Sanae. See, I told you it looks good. Thank you. You look different with your hair down. More mature. Really? Sanae looked away as her cheeks flushed, then ran her hand through her hair. Mayuko regarded her with a gentle smile. Hey, look at me for a bit. Sanae turned toward me. Relax, I'm just gonna take your glasses off. I took her glasses off. Oh! Can I have a look too? Not so sure about that. I'm the one who discovered this rare treasure, so I ought to charge a fee. Hey, it's not like you lose something by letting me have a look. Robbing a spectacled girl of her glasses is like tearing off her bra in front of a crowd, you know. Sanae quickly put her glasses back on. I've never heard that before. I think I read it in a book. Did you know, or did you now? Anyway, I still have to bring in another pot. Should I help? No, it's just the one pot, so you two have fun while I'm gone. Mayuko left the room. Sanae inspected the room's decorations. God, when was the last time I've been to something like this? You didn't celebrate much before? I don't know. I don't even remember the last time we celebrated anything. Did you make those paper decorations, Takako? It adds to the mood, don't you think? They look childish. Sanae snickered to herself. This chair is from the library, isn't it? Yes! You're used to sitting in it, aren't you? It's a Christmas party, so I thought it should have a Western feel about it. I got this chair from the lobby, and the other one was in a room that looked like a study. Well, not like it was particularly hard to find Western furniture in a Western-style mansion. What about the table? Mayuko and I carried it here from the storeroom. My shoulder still hurts a bit. The table in the dining room would have been closer. It's easier to speak when the table is round, isn't it? A wise person once said, the better the organization, the less obvious are the individual achievements of its members. I see. A pot was steaming on this table that we were discussing right now. Sanae stared at it. This is curry, right? I heard footsteps outside, and soon enough the door opened. Kozue! Oh, you're so cute! But that is all the time that I have for this episode, guys. So if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already, subscribe. By subscribing, you're becoming part of a legacy. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!